Good morning, world. Top of the mirror. Hope you guys enjoyed my show I made earlier yesterday. You home alone, Ivan? Yeah, I'm home alone. The folks are at church. They went to church. Yeah, 9 o'clock. So I got paid today at Dinty's, man. Yeah, I get paid. Few more days I work. Yep. Few more days I work, obviously. Yesterday I did a Bible study with my two stepbrothers. It was a pretty good Bible study. Things got heated. We got into an argument about like the verses. Um, what was the argument about? Well, can you lose your salvation? Is believing in Jesus just belief, or does works have a part to play? I defended the fact that you could lose your salvation and that works has a part to play with believing, whereas my younger stepbrother said no, it's just believing in Jesus, and we got a little heated. Obviously, we're talking, obviously, right? What book, Ivan? The Gospel of John. We did 3 chapters yesterday. We're doing another Bible study, chapter 4 to 6, and then we're reading all of Gospel of John, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, you think teachers in schools will read like they're reading Xanus in class? No, because I didn't sell to the gates. Because I didn't sell to the gates, my books will not be at schools. Obviously, to do that, I have to for them to teach about my book and everything, and have students do a project on my book and everything. I have to sell to the gates. I didn't sell to the gates, so it's behind the scenes. Yeah. You think university professors, English professors will tell the students to study my book? Well, no, I didn't sell to the gate, but maybe behind the scenes they might tell, yeah, if you really want to learn how to write an amazing story, study the heck out of Ivan's book. It'll tell the students that behind the scenes, obviously. Study the heck out of Ivan's their unique book, Anxiety Story. That's a fucking masterpiece, man. He hooked you for like the whole book, yeah. Consistent hook, obviously, right? Yeah. Ivan, what's the one chapter that you spoiled the most in Xanus? The prologue. Pretty much spoiled the entire prologue for you guys, right? Yeah. Only a few scenes you didn't read, but the whole prologue I spoiled for you guys. Pretty much. Yeah. All the other chapters I spoiled about maybe 50% of it. 45% of it I spoiled. Yeah. Your book is sick. I know. So it's just money, man. Money's in this. It's money. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, your book is sick. I know. This is a masterpiece, man. It's a masterpiece. Yeah. That's why we just proud because I did it, man. Yeah, man. I thought it would be money for me there. Well, she cries me, man. She knows she got duped. Oh, Ivan did not get. Ivan would be poor, but he didn't get duped. His keys are not useless like mine. Mine are useless. Yeah, VJ has useless keys. That's why she's crazy. She cries me, man. Because VJ has personal dreams she wants to do with me, and she has career goals. She wants to be successful, obviously, in this world, like me, obviously, right? She knows if I get her else, she has that power, and the control of me. She wants that. Oh yeah, I want the power, Ivan. I want to control my own money with you for the albums or the singles. I want to control the money with you for the box office and the merchandise and the games. All those times of Williams doing it to me, she wants a piece of that. Obviously, she got duped. Gates. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of the Gates taking all my money, man. Get me out of here. Yeah, get me out of Hollywood. Yeah, she got duped. Yeah, yeah. Ivan, are you lying? We'll be hooked from the beginning to the end. Yes. Everything I showed you guys hooked. Yeah, you're gonna be hooked for hours on the page. Not lying. See, this is a masterpiece. Yeah, yeah. Ivan, what are the flaws in your book? Eagles and crows are not developed that well. The character Patrice is not developed that well. The noble, Neely Iconis' father, he's not developed well either. The ending is a little bit rushed, even though it's amazing, it's a little bit rushed. And there is a bit of stiffness in my book when you read it. It's a bit raw, a little bit raw. 1% raw. Not even 0.4% of it's raw. A little bit stiff in some sections and some of the dialogue. Those are the flaws in my book. So I'm giving you a heads up, obviously. And the animal characters are not as developed as well as the human characters. Another flaw. Eratats developed very well in the Volume 3, but even then, the human characters I find are developed much better than the animal characters. As the human scenes, in my opinion, are more entertaining than the animal scenes in my book, as you guys read. But the animal scenes are also very entertaining too. They're very entertaining scenes. Does that make sense? That makes sense, yes. Yeah. Yeah, right. Even the animal scenes are fucking entertaining too, as you guys read. But the human scenes, in my opinion, are more entertaining than the animal scenes. But the animal scenes are entertaining too. Eratat's not developed that well in Volume 1 and 2. In Volume 3, I developed him and Fufu and all them much better. But the human characters are still developed a little bit better than the animal characters. I focus a little bit more on the human characters than the animal characters. The animal characters are developed pretty well, but not as well as the humans. Xanus is more plot driven than character driven. Don't forget that, right? I'll give you a heads up. Xanus is more plot driven than character driven. It's an epic commercial, epic fantasy story. And all commercial stories are more plot driven than character driven. That's how it works. Lord of the Rings is more plot driven than character driven when you read it, right? Yeah. Narnia too. Yeah. Oh, the folks are here. I thought they were going to church. Yeah. can show you the first maybe 6, 7 pages of the prologue. You guys have already read it, right? Yeah. The prologue already spoiled the majority of the story for you. I would show us the whole prologue. No, I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'll show you maybe the first maybe 8 pages of it, right? When you read it, you're going to be hooked. So this is a masterpiece, obviously. You guys already read it, though. Yeah. I have to take my blood pressure today. Tomorrow I have an interview with the doctor, right? Yeah. When you start your workout, Ivan, tomorrow, I'm going to eat my one meal and I'm going to start my workout tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I have an appointment at 9 a.m. in the morning. By phone, though. I don't have to go to the place, right? It's by phone. Yo, we believe that your book is constant hook. Yes, it is. As I showed you guys many scenes, many long scenes. Are you hooked? Yeah, we're hooked. Okay, you're hooked. You want to know more. Always the page loads. Okay. So this is how it's formatted. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to take away the by and just say Ivan O. O'Mara, right? By Ivan O'Mara. Last of Xanus, Ivan O. O'Mara, not by Ivan O'Mara. That's better, right? Getting in my book. Yeah. Says Last Hope for Xanus by Ivan O'Mara. You know, the person who edits my book, I'll put edited by whoever edits my book too, right? No, I'll just say edited in the front page of the book. It says the beginning of the Prince's Journey, the beginning of volume 1. You got the prologue. You guys already read it, right? Yeah, you can read that. You guys already read this, right? But I want to prove to you guys that you're gonna be hooked turning the page for hours. So I'll show you a long snippet of the first maybe 8 pages. That way I prove to you guys that you're gonna be hooked turning the page for hours. But you guys already read all the scenes I'm showing you, right? As I spoiled pretty much the whole prologue for you guys. Prologue is spoiled, obviously. Yeah. guys saw the animal scene when Fool's born. They do animal rituals, yeah. Here's like this bro, guys, I'll be real rings. Yeah, bass respect. Second page. I'll show you the first maybe 8 pages of it. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, how long is your book? 200,000 words. Yeah. As I showed you guys, right? Is that long enough for you guys? Alright, that's long enough. Yeah, it's long enough for you guys, right? You can see on the corner here it says 200,000 words. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I might go see the Mummy with my younger stepbrother like next week. Yeah. Heard it's a pretty good movie. See, I'm proving to you guys how you're going to be consistently hooked, right? Yeah, the Aces and Masters, I'm not lying. Great, you're just hooked. I'm only doing this for the prologue. I did this for Young Tactics too. I showed you 6 pages of that. I'm not doing this for any other chapter. I already spoiled like 50% of each of the chapters, man. You guys, right? Except for the prologue. The prologue, I spoiled them all. Almost the whole thing for you guys. Wow, your book is like Jose's is a masterpiece, man. When you read it, you're just hooked. Turn the page. Hours, right? Yeah, I wasn't lying when I said you're going to be hooked. This is the kind of story you're going to be hooked right in the page, man. It's a masterpiece. Obviously. These papas, man. Really frustrating. You guys hooked? Yeah, we're hooked. I mean, yeah, I told you, man. Xanus is the kind of story you were hooked during the page, man. It's a masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah. Are you guys hooked? Yeah, we're hooked. I mean, yeah, you're just constantly hooked during the page. Xanus is a masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. You guys already read this, though, right? Yeah. This is the beginning of the prologue. Arguably one of my weakest chapters in the book. The prologue is very entertaining, too, when you read it, right? My weakest chapter in the book's probably, I'd say, Captured. That might be my weakest one. Well, Sorry, Some More is a weaker one, too. Prologue is a little bit of a weaker one, but it's still entertaining when you read it, right? Yeah. Are you guys hooked? Yo, I'm more hooked. Yeah, this is the kind of story where you're going to be hooked for hours for the page, man. Yeah, man, it's a masterpiece. Yeah. I'll show you a bit more, and that's it. I want to show you guys a long snippet. That way, I'm proving to you guys that you're going to be hooked during the page for hours, right? Yeah, it's a masterpiece in this. Read it. I'll show you up to scene one for Fool is born. I think I'm going to stop it there. Yeah. You guys already read all this, right? I spoiled a good chunk of the book for you guys, right? Now we're at the part with... Guys hooked? Yeah, we're hooked up. Yeah, you're hooked. Okay, I'll show you the full scene. Now I'm gonna stop it there. Everybody read this too, right? You guys hooked? Yeah, we're hooked. I mean, yeah, I told you, Xanus is the kind of book you're hooked. Turn the page for hours. It's a masterpiece. I'll show you a bit more, and that's it, guys. Right? Yeah. I show you the first like 8 pages, whatever. You guys already read all this, right? That's why I told you I spoiled and enjoyed the prologue for you guys. Yeah. You guys already read almost all my scenes, right, in the prologue. I'm just showing you this to prove to you guys I'm not lying. You're gonna be consistently hooked when you read it. As you guys are obviously hooked right now reading it, right? Yo, I mean, your book is it, I know. Even on your rereads, you're hooked. You enjoy the story even on your rereads. So this is a masterpiece. After this, I'm not showing you any more snippets. It's enough, obviously. I keep saying that and I keep showing you the snippets, right? Almost done. Yeah. Your book is sick. I know. It's a masterpiece, man. I'll end this scene here. After this, the end of the scene, right? Yeah. Told you a good 10 pages, I think. That's enough, right? Guys, hooked? Yeah, we're hooked. Yeah, you're hooked. I'm not lying to you guys when I say this is a masterpiece, right? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I gotta install that antivirus, man. These pop-ups are so annoying. I think I'm gonna end it here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. This is the scene that you guys read with the Eagles, right? I'll stop it there, guys. I'll show you a bit more. I'll stop it there. Show you a bit more. And you guys read the scene after this, right? Come to deliver a message. You guys read that. You guys spoiled the majority of the part for you guys. Yeah. Read that, and I'll show you the scene here. I'll stop it here. And show you a bit more. Yeah, stop it here, guys. Guys, read that. And that's it, guys. Pause, read that. Yeah. So you guys hooked? Yeah, I were hooked. Yeah. I'm not lying to you guys, right? When I tell you that my book is money when you read it. You're just hooked for hours through the page. I wasn't lying. I said that right. Yeah. The reason why I showed you that scene because I want to prove to you guys that I'm not lying when I say my book is entertaining. I wasn't lying. And you guys already read almost the whole prologue. The prologue, I spoiled the majority of it for you guys. I don't know, 90% of it I spoiled. The prologue. You guys know what's going on in the prologue, but you don't know anything about the other chapters. You know like 50% of it, 55% of it. You don't know everything. That's why I can't show you any more scenes because volume 1 and 2, I spoiled quite a bit of it for you. 55% of it I spoiled. Even 60% perhaps. You can argue I spoiled the volume 1 and 2, right? In the prologue, I spoiled almost the whole thing for you guys. You guys got a sneak preview of the prologue, right? Oh, your book is sick. I know. Were you guys hooked reading that? Yeah, we're hooked. I mean, yeah, I wasn't lying. Well, I said this is a masterpiece. I wasn't lying, man. You guys believe me? No, yeah, we believe you, Ivan. Yeah. And the prologue is one of my weaker chapters in my book. Yes, yeah, it's still entertaining enough to keep you hooked, right? Yeah. You lying? Did you really write that, man? Yes, guys, I'm not lying to you. I wrote it. Yeah, we were hooked. Yeah. And the prologue is one of my weaker chapters in my book, right? It's one of the weaker ones. Yeah, I know my prologue is better than Lord of the Rings prologue. Lord of the Rings prologue is boring when he talks about the races of hobbits, the history of the hobbits and the races of hobbits. It's really boring. Obviously, the prologue of Lord of the Rings and Fellowship of the Ring, right? Yeah, yeah. So, guys, be honest. Were you hooked to read it? Yeah, we were hooked, man. Yeah, you want to know more. The prologue is one of my weaker chapters. Even that's entertaining. I was very depressed when I wrote it because I wrote it in the hospital. I was depressed. I still finished it. I finished the prologue. I rewrote it, and I wrote Young Tactius, obviously. Is Young Tactius better than the prologue? Yes, it is. Young Tactius is better than the prologue. What's your weakest chapter in your book, Ivan? Probably the capture chapter. Or What Was Cyrus the Moor might be my weakest one. Yeah, Young Tactics is even better than What Was Cyrus the Moor, you can argue, right? Young Tactics is very entertaining too, as you guys read snippets of it. It's very entertaining too when you read it, obviously, Young Tactics. I mean, you argued with man. We were hooked reading that, I know. You're hooked reading it. And Prologue is one of my weaker chapters, and you're still hooked, right? It's still entertaining enough to keep you hooked toward the page, right? Oh. Get paid to gotta pick up my check. I'll ask my stepmother if she can drive me. Yeah. Pick it up after 2, right? Yeah. What do you get for your cheat day, Ivan? I don't know. Yeah, we now understand why, Ivan, why your movie read on the Rings. Yeah, like you guys read my prologue. That's a beautiful start to the story. Whereas Lord of the Rings, even though the prologue is amazing, it's just a summary. It's like a 7 to 8 minute prologue where Galadriel talks about the summary of what happened in the past. Whereas for my movie, I don't want Peter doing that or Mel. Show what happens. Don't just tell. Show what happens to Takis the First, his story. And it transfers 8 years later when Takis is a kid. I want the prologue to be a good maybe 40 minutes, Peter. The Young Tactics is maybe another 50 minutes, 1 hour. Then another maybe 1 hour and 50 minutes is the rest of Volume 1, and that ends Volume 1. And Volume 2 is when you get introduced to all the other characters, like Job and Eli and Lithia and all of them in Volume 2. That's why looking at an amazing movie. Well, Peter might tell you to end Volume 1 with a battle with Cassius and Tony. Yeah, he might, but I'm going to tell him no. Otherwise, if you do that, there'll be no battles in Volume 2. Open up Volume 2 with a battle, Peter. Well, you have a nice battle scene in Volume 2. Because Volume 1 already has a battle scene in the prologue. So, have the battle take place in the beginning of Volume 2. With Cassius, Tacitonius, and the 50 men with the Fool and all them, and they get captured. That way you have a battle scene in Volume 2. That's the only battle scene in Volume 2. And then Volume 3 is when you get the bigger battles. The big battle scene in the caverns and the huge end war. That makes sense? Yeah. But he's like, yeah, I guess we'll talk about it. I'll talk about the rings. This is where all the rings are. I know, but you're over the ring. As we say this. Money. That's why I think it'll be the greatest fantasy novel ever written. It'll be the greatest one children remain. It'll be close with Lord of the Rings, but it'll top it, obviously. Anyways, guys, this is video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my long snippet of my prologue. Showing you that you are going to be hooked reading Xanus. Because I'm signing off. Peace. Peace out, guys. So, peace.